Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
I don't even know where to start. This episode was phenomenal. This episode was absolute peak. And best believe I'm gonna waste no more time. Let's just get straight to it. So the Invincible War just ended, and we're in its aftermath where Mark and the others are helping survivors and retrieving dead bodies. And of course, Jesse from Breaking Bad is always doing too much. No, like literally, it's Aaron Paul voicing him, which is crazy. He's trying to kill Mark for the 10th time in a row and blame him for everything. That boat literally got forced to hit a whole train trying to save y'all, and you wanna call him a murderer? You set up your own family to death and still try to be mad at Invincible. Yo, it's niggas like these that genuinely need a psychiatric overhaul because the mental gymnastics he's doing are crazy. Like, I understand his sorrow, but your own wife gaslighted you into sending your kid and herself to our Father who hearts in heaven. Like, let's just be honest. Mark and Oliver stop him eventually, and he gets taken away by Cecil. Mark goes away to recollect his thoughts, and just when things couldn't get any more worse. Y'all remember when Anissa said that another Viltrumite was on his way to Earth? Well, here we are. Conquest finally makes his entrance, and he basically tells Mark that his mission at conquering Earth is complete bullcrap, so he's gonna whoop his ass for failing his job. Invincible, on the other hand, with everything that's happened to him in these past few months, he's tired and he's angry. All he wants to do right now is to punch something as hard as he can. And so they fly to get into a massive clash in the broken city, and Conquest headbutts him and then hits him with a Spider-Man 2099 combo down to the ground. Hey look, I'm surprised Mark didn't fall asleep from this because that Macho Man got an unfinished Infinity Gauntlet in his hand, and then he starts talking about why he's actually here. And the truth is, Conquest doesn't care about improving Earth.
Niggas think I'm fighting to save the day, but really, nigga, I just like to fight.
Literally itching to catch a body. Dude, he's telling Mark to go ahead and resist. Hey bro, you know what? Just lead the way. Mark is not trying to hear all that, so he pushes his face into the air and then goes up to launch him into multiple buildings, and somehow, he's the one who's done from all this. And I'm confused how, but we're not gonna go deep into it. He hits Conquest with a 3-piece combo, and he actually starts running the fade. I'm like, okay Mark, hit him son. Pulled out some looping into the air to build momentum punch move. Like he's not moved like this in a while. Conquest ain't phased though. He got a big ass grin in his face. This is just playtime for him. And then he does this. You confessing your love to him or something, bro? Like, why do you do that? Why do you do this emo mid-fight for? I'm just as confused as Mark. You think a big man like that doesn't know a single thing apart from throwing hands? Well, he throws him down to earth, so I guess I was wrong. They start boxing mid-air, and it really looks like Mark's putting in work. But we all know Conquest is just fooling around. And to prove it, as soon as Invincible starts frying him, he pushes the goggles out of his face and sends it crashing into the ground. Didn't give the boy no recovery time either. He flew straight down to hit him. Oliver saying his brother getting cooked on national TV. He knew he had to do something about this, so he flashed straight to the location. But he can't seem to hang because Conquest is whooping that ass into oblivion. Up, down, left, right. Mark don't got a single clue where he's looking at. Got put down again for the 3rd time. And this time, he's still talking. But he ain't dissing on nothing. Talking about some, please just stop and listen. You was talking crazy earlier, bro. I'm crying. This is how niggas be when you're up, Paul, bro. He was saying he wants to punch something as hard as he can. Not even 10 minutes into the episode, and he's asking to be benched. He's boxing you a little too hard, huh? Getting them season 1 flashbacks. Mark really is a fake demon. It's tragic. Even Conquest is telling him to lock in because he wants more. He's enjoying this. Oliver comes in mid-talk to save Mark and punches Conquest away. I'm thinking Oliver might just do a little something here and there, you know? But nah, bro, he got one tap with a slap down. Thought shit was sweet like he did the Maulers last time. Nah, bro. This is a real Viltrumite. You're not getting free eats out here, bro. I'm sorry. Mark kicks Conquest off Oliver, but Conquest grabs his head and runs it through the entire city and throws him away Super Broly style. He's speaking to Mark like a motivational speaker, telling him to lock in and try harder because he knows he can. You can't even tell if he's trying to kill him anymore, bro. Mark headbutts him and then flies to give him endless combos. I'm taking punch after punch after punch. But at the end of the day, he's just punching a brick wall. God told he ain't gonna last in these Viltrum streets if that's all he's got. And that's right because he's getting torn apart, building from building. It's not looking good for Invincible. Random dude who lived on the 8th floor fell to his death. I know he was praying for a miracle as soon as he heard those two getting closer to his building. And clearly, that miracle didn't work. Life is unfair, shall I say. Hey bro, You cannot tell me that Conquest is moving like Broly. Steppers to Mark's stomach, jumping and dragging him like a skateboard. I've seen that technique before, bro. Must be a common move for berserker looking dudes. And then he proceeds to tell him that Omni-Man is dead. Dead as hell, rolling in his casket right now. And he's not in heaven either. Oh yeah, forgot about Oliver. One thing about Oliver, he's gonna stand on his ground. No begging or anything. If it means protecting his loved ones, he's gonna run that fade. Mark should really take that from him right now. Conquest hits Mark and then punches the ego out of Oliver. Half of his teeth down to the ground. And bro, what comes next might just be the most sadistic scene I've seen in this entire series. Dude, he literally grabs Oliver and stretches his body slower and harder, making him feel every single tear and break. He's doing this to a poor kid. Oliver damn near crying while he's giving him an anatomy lesson. This is what I mean when I say he's moving like Broly. Only niggas like them would do this to a kid. Like, this is genuine pure evil. My heart started beating for Oliver, bro. I thought it was over from here. And maybe Mark was gonna turn into a Super Viltrumite or something, if they even have that. But thankfully, he saw this happen right away and speed blitzed the Viltrumite before he turned Oliver into a Kit Kat. Conquest grabs him and pushes him again, and he's really running him down. Cecil comes in to save Oliver and heal him. Now, Eva's just woken up from her coma after the Invincible War, and she realizes that Mark's in danger, so she goes with Cecil to tell him she's gonna go and help Mark. Now, as for Mark, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Conquest is teaching that boy how to swim, and if that's not helping enough, he makes him eat tens of people and he's dragging him forward. The whole train scene callback, they really want Mark to become a cannibal or something, bro. Like, I'm surprised Viltrumites themselves ain't even cannibals. Conquest's crooked teeth, though, that's telling me something else, I ain't gonna lie. Or maybe he just happens to look like a British person. Who knows? Eve pulls up to the battlefield to fight with Mark, and he really doesn't want to risk another Oliver situation, so he tells her to run. But he gets his leg chopped and broken. Eve sees this and decides to turn her blocks into a special suit. And oh boy, this whole sequence, this was pure gold from Eve, because what do you mean she increased the density of the air? That's my goal right here, man. And she's putting in heavy work, doing combos we didn't see for a long time. You cannot tell me this isn't cold. This is so crazy to me because she ain't moved like this since the Atom Eve special. Makes me want to shed a tear. This is the Eve I know. But Lord knows, it's not that easy. Conquest breaks her whole armor apart, pushes her face, and to finish it off, hand straight through her stomach. My eyes couldn't believe it, bro. 1 minute she was putting work, the next second, she received the immortal treatment. Mark catches her, begs her to live, cries out to Cecil, but it's too late. Eve passes away in his arms. And we can't even get an emotional moment out of this. Conquest over here yapping his butt out and giving us a review of Eve's blood. I'm really starting to think he eats people, bro. Probably the only one in Viltrum who did. As for Invincible, yeah, he's done, bro. No more holding back. He said he can see the future, and Conquest doesn't get to see tomorrow. I was like, I know that's right. Spit them facts, son. He's on killing timing. That's what we've been waiting for. He flashed straight to Conquest, and they have a clash so damn hard, they both break their arms. Mark isn't giving him no time to yap. He pushes him again, and adds a few more, but he gets caught and receives a lovely hug from Conquest, I guess. I thought bonding wasn't his cup of tea, but hey, here we are. He ain't getting no hug back though. Instead, he got his shoulder bitten off. And he wanted Mark to eat people. He took his advice, just saying. And during this entire time, Eve wasn't truly dead because she was getting some sort of Zen Kai boost, an awakening per se. While Mark is punching the Viltrumite down, he catches Eve's awakening, but Conquest grabs him and ooh, yeah, that knee move, yeah, that's nasty, bro. I would wish this on my worst enemy, except the Weeknd. Conquest starts choking Mark to his death, and he decides to trauma dump him. He don't got no hoes, no friends or comrades. To the Viltrumites, he's nothing more than a weapon. Yet, even they fear him, and rightfully so. I mean, look what he was trying to do to Oliver. I wouldn't trust this man to babysit my kid, or even trust him to do anything at all. How are you gonna vent to Mark about not having friends, but then do some bullshit like this? Ain't nobody trying to be friends with that. Conquest ain't even his real name. They just gave him that because he's sent to conquer planets. Nigga talking about he's suffering from success, he has to go, bro. Ain't no way the show is trying to sympathize with this man. That's the devil right there. Even though I low-key felt bad for like 5 seconds, but then again, I don't. And Eve agrees with me because as soon as Mark is about to pass out, she pops in the frame and shoots a beam straight on Conquest. It rips his entire skin to complete shreds. Eve, I knew you had it in you, GOAT. They doubted you, but I believed. He still stands though, but Mark speed blitz him and knocks him to the ground. He gets his hand broken, but still goes through it, headbutting Conquest about 1,000 times. The music stopped, so you know that was his breaking point. Asked him if he still had fun. I was like, yeah, tell that shit, Mark Grayson. And then finally, Conquest was dead. This has to be top 1 fight so far in the series. Straight cinema. Mark finally proved us that despite the odds against him, he's truly invincible. He regroups with Eve to make sure that she's okay, and they both eventually pass out. Mark wakes up safely in the hospital, and so does Eve. Apparently her powers were limited at birth and said to only activate fully when she's in a life or death crisis. Which basically means, to my point of view, that if Eve wasn't limited, she would be the most overpowered hero in Invincible. Let's just be honest. Manipulating matter is crazy, bro. You don't see Mark or Nolan doing this, and it's not even a crazy take. But yeah, Debbie and Paul rush to Mark, and Debbie blames herself for mating Nolan, which basically led to all of this. But Mark lets her know that it's not her fault. And he's right, it isn't her fault. Debbie to me is generally top 5 written characters in the show, because despite everything she went through, she kept herself grounded and her morals to ground level. She knew not to unleash her sorrow into Mark and accepted Oliver as her own, as well as nearly dying for it. The only reason Earth isn't in shambles right now is because her humanity changed Nolan, one of my favorite characters in the show. I'm glad Paul is in her life to make it a bit more easier for her. She deserves everything. Oliver thankfully is safe to at the hospital, and Mark tells him that he was right. From now on, he gonna start killing if necessary, which is good. And yeah, we get the Rex funeral, which is it's heartbreaking, man. Like I still can't believe he's gone. We're all gonna miss him, man. He should have been that dumbass power couple over here. I'ma save it for the end. Mark and Eve, bro, yeah, they wasted no time after the funeral. Tears in my eyes, bro. Look how Mark's blushing. That man got broken bones, and they're still trying to boom by her at times like these. Man, get your freaky asses on. And somehow the clothes are melting, which is weird, but sure. As for Cecil, yeah, that nigga dumb as hell. You seen the damage Nolan, Mark, Anissa, and Conquest can do, and you decided to keep him alive? In regular thick metal? What makes you think he's not gonna escape, bro? What makes you think he's gonna tell you about the Viltrumite Empire? Are we for real? As soon as Mark knows, it's wraps for Cecil. You better start counting your days down, man. Yeah, Battle Beast was found after killing that Viltrumite he was fighting like 2 episodes ago. Angstrom Levi is still alive, unfortunately. Those space brain squids are back at it again. Darkblood literally summoned Satan himself for a host on Earth, and we don't know who he's talking about. And yeah, that's pretty much the finale. I loved every single bit of the episode. The animation went insane, and I'm glad because it delivered. The ending was somewhat underwhelming as a cliffhanger, which kind of annoyed me in a sense, but the episode as a whole was flawless. Easy 10 out of 10. First of all, rest in peace to Rex, man. Like honestly, he was the highlight of the season, at least for me. Like real talk, season 1 I didn't like him that much, but towards season 2, he just grew as one of my favorites. And now, it's all gone, man. Like when he told Wade that he had his life finally sorted out, that's when I knew death was at his door. We're never gonna forget you, Rex. You were a real one down to the core. Rest easy, bro. Took down a Mark variant by yourself. You did more in your lifetime than Immortal ever did. Speaking of him, I'm not talking my shit, bro. Immortal? Duplikate? Y'all need to go right now. Like some people need to be gone, bro. Especially the Immortal. It should have been him instead of Rexplode. Dude don't got a single accomplishment talking about some, I gave the world enough, I'm retiring. Nigga, what have you gave to the world? You causing ass whooping? You got pressed by Mark saying he was stronger and faster than you and your face dropped. Tears in my eyes, bro. His hero name really stands for the times he got whooped and got brought back to life. Hey, to be fair, he was fighting most of the time against Viltrumites, but not even the Mauler twins? Really? All his feats combined don't even add up to Oliver boxing the twins effortlessly. I know he was in that corner whispering in his head, "Kid, stop this! Or I'll stop you!" Knowing damn well Oliver would have him being revived for the 5th time in a row. I mean, looking back, he low-key put decent work against Omni-Man, and he was also Abraham Lincoln, meaning he abolished slavery, so I'll give him that. But then, nobody probably knows or believes he was the same person, so it is what it is, I guess. As for Duplikate, yeah, that victim complex needs to be erased ASAP. One could argue that she feels for clones as they fight, But to say she has suffered more than the entire Guardians overall.
We made sacrifices to make it here, and y'all are complaining?
Bitch, I've nearly died alongside Rex. What do you know about sacrifices?
Well, I know that I've died like 1,000 times, excuse you?
Don't play with me. You literally cheat death. You always got a clone up your sleeve, like right now.
Girl, and what could you possibly know about fighting or dying? You just be shrinking and shit like Pinocchio's nose. Don't lecture me, ho.
No, you fucking didn't.
Yes, I fucking did.
The main difference is that Ray and the others, if they get killed, it's over. They don't got a backup like her and the Immortal. She's literally cheating death. And she's also hating on a 3,000-year-old dude. This is Meliodas and Elizabeth all over again, dog. They need to go. Anyways, not to talk about Oliver. Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That little man, he got some King Von in him, because the way he treats life, I don't know what to say, bro. You saw how he did the Marlowe twins? One of them begged for his life, and he gave him that finishing uppercut. And when Mark saw this, he started talking about oh, this was an accident, I swear. Whole body tattered with the blood of his abs, eyes locked in, and he says this was an accident. He grew up with a loving family, by the way. And trauma, I suppose. At this point, if he's doing all this, let him take the leadership over the Guardians of the Globe. Well, damn. Maybe not. He's a kid, and he's like 9 months old or something, so his moral compass isn't the best. But still, he got that Nolan in him, literally. Speaking of Nolan, his redemption is clear off the charts. And I say that because I always liked him since we got to see his perspective. Him and Alan are hilarious together, and I really hope season 4 shines on them. Alan is one of my favorites. Them Zenkai boosts he's got recently, he's been acting different. Boxing Viltrumites with ease, that's my goat. The Invincible War was cool. It felt a little bit short, but I still enjoyed it. And I also enjoyed the fact that each mark, despite being evil variants, got unique personalities. I like the personal emphasis of some villains like Powerplex and the gay couple. I loved everything about this season, and maybe out of bias, it's currently ranked as the best and my favorite personally. I just know season 4 is going to be generational. So until then, to make sure we all live enough to see the next season, I'ma need y'all to be. You probably saw that coming, but hey, you can't lie and say that wasn't tough.